Hi guys, welcome to a very special segment where today we will be doing some unboxing of these two packages that just arrived on our door today. Now some of you guys might already know what's inside, judging by the logo, but we might as well just give you a bit of a background of why these things are here in the first place. As you can see, we are entering an all-new online championship, which is called the E1 Championship. Now we are going to have 12 teams going against each other, and we are participating in this very special match. Now, inside this box is an all-new G29. It's not the latest model, but it's new to us. And as you can see at the back, we have two rigs set up for our drivers. One of it is already installed with the G29, while the other one has a slightly older version, which is why we are going to match those two rigs so that they have the similar equipment. So for more info on the G29, I'm going to pass to my partner over here, Daniel. Daniel, carry on.
Alright, this is this is the G29 Logitech steering. Here we have the shifter, I assume, as this box is much smaller than the one under it. And this is the one with the steering and the pedals.
Okay, so basically what we need for an unboxing is just one box cutter, and that's it. And also a pair of steady hands.
Yeah,
and
always cut towards, not towards you actually. Never cut towards you.
Outwards.
Outwards,
okay.
Yeah.
So what are we expecting from this small box?
This should be the gear shifter.
The gear shifter. So this G29, is there any difference, the gear shifter, between the G29 and the G27 that we already have here?
It shouldn't be, except it's the same thing, but the G27 has more buttons.
There's more buttons?
Yeah, as compared to this, as this is just a regular shifter.
Ah, okay. So are you saying that the 27 is much more special, or this one is?
Well, where this lacks the buttons, this has all the buttons where it requires.
Oh, okay. Alright.
So, shall we open the other one as well? You can hold on this. And we have our G29.
Oh. And here we have it, the Logitech G29 driving force.
Here with the shifter as well. So this is the G29. You would know the G29 can be used on PS4 and PC, whereas G920, which is the Xbox only version, deep down it's the same model. It's just a different designation for the Xbox. And here we have the shifter, where I said the G27 had the buttons, where all the buttons are now placed onto the G29 steering itself, where you have the L2, L3, R2, R3, all those buttons are now on the steering wheel itself. And here, shall we unbox the box?
We shall move to the unboxing, and surely we will unbox the steering first.
So again, with the knife to outwards.
Let's open it up. So on the inside, what can we find over here actually?
So we have the steering wheel right here, right in the center, and we have the brake pedals as well, and the power supply, which comes in a small plastic packet.
Okay.
And then we have the user manual right inside.
User manual, that's going to be useful.
Definitely.
So I guess you guys will be interested to see the steering wheel first, so let's take one out. And here you have it, a mint G29 Logitech steering wheel. I mean, compared to the G27, this one looks much more complicated, but although it's complicated, it actually helps the users, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much, you see.
Okay. So what's the main difference of this one compared to the G27?
So the main difference of the G29 compared to the G27 is all visual. So the first thing that you will notice is the center marking, right at 12 o'clock of the wheel. And as compared to the G27 shifter, where you had all the buttons on it, now all the buttons have moved right on the center of the wheel.
Ah, okay.
So you have your X's and O's, you have your D-pad right here, and you have all the L buttons and all your PS buttons right there.
Okay. And also realize that the finishing over here is much nicer than the G27, right?
Yeah, it's now real leather.
Real leather.
Yep.
Okay.
And metal.
Oh, metal. So I guess this one will take the abuse of all the players over a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's about it of the steering wheel. So let's move on to the pedals. Quite good packaging for the pedals, right?
Yeah. And it's quite hefty as well, so it should be rather solid.
Yeah, I mean that's promising because we do want a solid base for the pedals because we'll be putting a lot of pressure across the race. And this is the second biggest package that was residing inside the same box of the steering, which is the pedals. So your first glance, you will see that the pedals are actually very well made. It's very solid. It's quite heavy actually. And although it's made out of plastic, some solid plastic, and there's some metal finishing on the pedals. So they were saying that this G29 is actually called a non-linear brake pedal. Yeah. So what does that mean actually?
So what it means actually is how you drive a normal car. You actually use this thing as how you drive a normal car, so it feels basically real. It's very realistic.
It's really realistic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically, you need to put like certain pressure and angulars in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess the one in the G27 doesn't really give that much feedback.
No.
Compared to this one.
No. So this is the upgraded version.
Upgraded version.
So visually it's the same,
Mm-hmm.
but it has newer components.
Oh, okay. So I guess the G27 was linear and this one is non-linear.
Yes.
Correct? Very good. So we've covered the steering, we've covered the pedals. Now let's move on to the shifter. Okay. So just point the knife away from me.
Yeah.
Or do you rather that you?
No, that's going towards you.
Okay, you hold it yourself.
Yeah, fine. So this is the G29 shifter. Let's have a look what we have inside. You see the knob already.
Ooh, the knob. Whatever it is, let's open the the packaging. And here you have it, the G29 shifter. I'm actually envying the finish because it's actually a nicer shifter than the one I have in my car. What's the main difference of this shifter compared to the one in G27?
So it's much smaller than the G27, if you can tell.
Yeah, I actually noticed that. Why?
Why? It's because all the buttons are now gone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the buttons.
Yeah, so it's now all here, where the shifter is just one nice small piece now.
Yeah, correct. It's one nice compact package compared to the one that we find over at the G27. So with all the controls from the shifter now transferred to the wheel, I think the driver can pretty much easily navigate through all this without having to go back and forth from the shifter to the wheel, because everything is already centralized over here. So it's much more driver-centric, if you call it, or gamer-centric. So as a gamer, how do you like playing with this kind of setup? Have you tried it, the G29?
Personally, I've owned one.
You own one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I don't like about it is it's rather small, you know. When you drive a normal car, it's quite big.
Okay.
So it's large. Heel and toe is really nice.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's a really good piece for heel and toe.
That's a good input.
So that's nice. Shifters is not bad. Well, you can buy mods for the steering and shifter itself, but that's personally up to you.
Oh, so you can actually mod the shifter?
Yeah, you can have a hitch pattern if you want very nice gated shifter, and you can have magnetic shifts for the pedals. So on the pedals itself, most people do not like the brake feeling though.
Oh,
so it feels a bit stiff.
Stiff?
Yeah.
Is it stiff or sticky, or does it feel too realistic?
It's realistic to a point.
Okay.
And the mods are online if you can find them. They're not that expensive, but that's personally up to you.
Okay. On your personal side, have you modded it?
The only mods that I have is on the shifter itself, so nothing else.
Okay. But the shifter mod already gives you like a better driving feel?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Definitely.
So there you have it, guys. The G29 probably is something that you can get as close to a real car, but add some mods to it, it will become better. Of course, there are other choices in the market that provides you a much more premium feel in the sim gaming scene. So you can also go for choices like Fanatec, also Trustmaster. But the G29 is actually good enough if you're starters, and this is the one that we're going for because it's one of the few setups that's within our budget and also provides a good driving feedback. So we'll be installing this one later on our sim, and on the next episode we'll be introducing the Wolf VR team driver lineup to you guys. So make sure you stay tuned. This is Hussein,
And this is Daniel.
signing out.